Hello and welcome back to my channel. Whoa. I'm Arlene and I am the Bean. And this is the channel where we talk about the ABCs. That is anything I want, Battlebots, and crafting. This is going to be a quick video so that I can put this up because I am late yet again. But I wanted to talk about my bracket because I know you're all dying to know what my predictions are. Okay, let's just jump into it. So, who do I think is going to win between Scorpios and Malice? I think that it doesn't even matter because neither of them are going to be Endgame, in my opinion. But I think that Scorpios is doing way better this year. Malice still has some serious reliability issues. So I'm going to go with Scorpios. So that means that Scorpios is going to be Endgame. And I can just do this really quick. Endgame is gonna beat Scorpios. There's no question about that. Bloodsport versus Minotaur. I had to think about this for a while. Bloodsport is a great bot. Minotaur is also a great bot. I think that it's like a toss-up. Bloodsport is looking like okay. And kind of so is Minotaur, but I think I have to give the upper hand to Minotaur. Copperhead versus Lucky. Don't have to think about that one too hard. It's gonna be Copperhead. Copperhead has a really good chance of getting the nut this year, but I don't think Copperhead has a really good chance of getting the nut this year. Alright. Next, Glitch versus Witch Doctor. Now, I said in my round of 30 in my postseason predictions video that Glitch is the surprise of the season, and they really are. Saying all of that, they're not going to be Witch Doctor. It's going to be Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is having a great season. So is Glitch, but Witch Doctor is the harder hitter and the better driver. So I think it's gonna be Witch Doctor. Sawblaze versus Hijinks. This is so rude because there's absolutely no way that Hijinks is going to beat Sawblaze. The fact that the selection committee put Sawblaze against Hijinks is so rude. That bot is going to be toast. Okay, next, Hypershock versus P1. I love P1. It sucks that they're gonna be out in the first round. Stop. I'm so sad, but it's gonna be Hypershock. I mean, Hypershock is having a great season. I don't think they're gonna get to the giant nut, but they're definitely gonna be P1. And rest in peace to P1. Just know I'm your biggest fan, but I don't see it for you in this fight. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Next, Uppercut versus Huge. Uppercut's gonna beat Huge, and I'll tell you why. Huge is not looking great this year. I'm sweating. Huge is not looking great this year. Uppercut is such a hard hitter that I feel like they're gonna hit Huge like 2 times, and Huge is gonna be done so. So I'm gonna say Uppercut. Uppercut. Okay. Shatter versus Riptide. In the grand scheme of getting to the giant nut, this fight is not even gonna matter. But because neither of these bots are gonna beat Uppercut. But also Uppercut I think Uppercut should have been number 4. Yeah, I think it should have gone Endgame, Sawblaze, Whiplash, Uppercut, and then Riba. That's what I would say. But anyways, Shatter versus Riptide. I thought about this for an annoyingly a long amount of time because, again, it's really a toss-up here, and whoever wins in the toss-up literally does not matter because they're not going to be Uppercut. Riptide is having a good season. They won against Huge. That was a fluke. Okay, Riptide, they're 1-1. They lost to Defender and won against Huge. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Riptide is... Riptide's having a good rookie season, but I think it is luck related. In the end, I picked Shatter mostly because they're already the 12th seed, so it's like they're not a rookie bot, they're more experienced. The driving's probably going to be better. I think it's going to be Shatter. Next. Okay, who do I think is going to win between Hydra versus Defender? I go up for the Vasquez family, and we all know that, okay? That being said, I don't know how a grappler is going to beat Hydra. That's really it. I don't know how a grappler bot is going to beat Hydra. That being said, if Hydra isn't, like, they would have, I just don't see it happening. Hydra, even at like 50%, like, they're still going to flip Defender and cause some serious damage. Defender is not a damage heavy bot. You know what I'm saying? It's a grappler. And so I think that it's gonna be Hydra. But I had to think about this for a long time. But yeah, at the end of the day, honey, I think it's gonna be Hydra. So Hydra. And also at the end of the day, I don't think that this fight is ultimately gonna matter because I think Riba is gonna take it to the next round. Okay. Riba is the number 2 seed. This is a bot that was designed to look like a frog. And it is the number 2 seed. You know what do you understand what I'm telling you? That's insane. But also, Riba is doing the thing. Riba is giving what is supposed to be gave, honey. Okay? So yeah, I think Riba's gonna make it to the next round. Next. Now, okay. This one was... When I was filling out my bracket's right here. I'm just filling it out for y'all. When I was filling out my bracket, like, on my own time, this was the last fight that I wrote in, like, for the round of 32. This was the last. I had to keep coming back to this because it really is anybody's game on this. Mad Catter's having an incredible season, I think. They're having such an exciting season. That fight against Sawblaze, and I know that I've said this before, but Mad Catter lost that fight, but they won that fight. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about durability, if we're talking about exciting ass fights, we are talking about Mad Catter, okay? Black Dragon is also a very exciting bot. Hard hits, aggressive driving. The durability is there, okay? Driving around while on fire, they're the patron saint of that. So you are putting Mad Catter versus Black Dragon and asking us to pick who is going to win. That being said, I think, hold on, one more thing. I think that if this was last year, I would have picked Black Dragon. But it's this year and I picked Mad Catter. Mad Catter's gonna win, in my opinion, because of everything I said. I won't reiterate it. But Mad Catter's gonna win, and this, again, this was the one that I thought about the most because I could not pick. Alright. Next. Valkyrie versus Blip. Valkyrie to the front. Valkyrie to the front. We need to have a talk. We need to get this bot in order. The 2060, we gotta do something. I don't know what's going on with that bot, but we gotta do something, okay? Valkyrie, I really want to give Valkyrie all the things. I love the design of the bot. I think it's so cool. The undercutter. I love the team captain, but Miss Mamas, you're not getting past the first round, in my opinion. In my opinion, you're not getting past the first round. It's gonna be Blip. Blip came out swinging this year, okay? Blip is one of my favorite bots this year. The design is so cute. The performance, so good. I love Blip. Alright, next. I think this is where y'all are gonna get mad. Okay, Jackpot versus Tombstone. I picked Jackpot. Okay. Hold on. Listen. I picked Jackpot because Tombstone's not looking good out there this year. Jackpot is 2-0. I think that Jackpot has a real chance against Tombstone. I won't be surprised if they lose, though, because it is Tombstone and, you know, those hard hits that will get you. But I think that Jackpot also has, like, hard hits. It's a good bot. I think it might be durable enough to win against Tombstone. I really think so. Alright, next. Whiplash versus Ice Wave. It's going to be Whiplash. Ice Wave is looking rough this year. And Whiplash is not. Whiplash looks good this year. I picked Whiplash. Alright, Cobalt versus Yeti. I thought about this one a lot as well. Again, it's one that ultimately is not going to matter because I don't think either of these bots are going to win against Whiplash. But I did pick Cobalt, and that is because Cobalt, compared to Yeti, is having an incredible season. I feel like Yeti, like, just got, you know, just woke up in a lot of ways. So I picked Cobalt. Rotator versus Captain Shred. We really don't have to talk about this a lot. I think it's going to be Rotator. I'm not going to say too much. I'm not going to say too much. Okay, next, Tantrum versus Gigabyte. I think it's going to be Tantrum. Yeah, I think it's going to be Tantrum. I don't think Gigabyte's having that great of a season, but Tantrum is. Alright, so next we have Endgame versus Minotaur. I said Endgame. Endgame's doing just so well. I think Endgame might win the nut. That's not who I have winning, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did win. Copperhead versus Witch Doctor. I have Copperhead. I think Copperhead's the better bot here. Sawblaze versus Hypershock. That one's easy. It's gonna be Sawblaze. And then Uppercut versus Shatter. It's gonna be Uppercut. Yerp. Okay. Then we have Riba versus Mad Catter. I have Riba. Mad Catter is having an incredibly good season, but I mean, Riba's the number 2 seed. And they're the number 2 seed for a reason. And so I think it's going to be Riba. Blip versus Jackpot. I think it's going to be Jackpot. That's what I have written down, but I kind of want to change it. But I won't change it. Yeah, I have Jackpot down. And then Whiplash versus Cobalt. It's Whiplash, obviously, for me. And then Rotator versus Tantrum. I have Rotator down. Okay, so now Endgame versus Copperhead. I have Endgame. I have Endgame. I have Endgame down purely because they just are not losing. You know? I would not be surprised if Copperhead won, though. At this point in the competition, it's like this side of the left side of the bracket. It's a tough game on the left side of the bracket. All right. Sawblaze versus Uppercut. Sawblaze is gonna win, in my opinion. Sawblaze should have been the number 2 seed. All right. Riba versus Jackpot. I said Riba. I think Ribot's gonna make it really far. And then Whiplash versus Rotator. It's gonna be Whiplash. Yeah. Love Whiplash. Alright. We're getting to the good stuff here. And I'm gonna do Riba versus Whiplash first. Whiplash is going to be in the competition this year. I really believe that Whiplash is an incredible bot. Maddie Vasquez is one of the best drivers we have in the sport today. Alright? Whiplash is going to be in the championship. And if Whiplash is not, this game is rigged. And I'm calling it now. And I'll call it now. I'll be the one to say it, okay? Because I only have 43 subscribers and nobody's listening to me anyways. Alright, Endgame versus Sawblaze. Okay, I wanted to talk about this. This would be a lot easier to call if we had a real Endgame v Sawblaze fight. And if we had a real all-out brawl between Endgame and between Sawblaze earlier in the season, instead of Sawblaze getting knocked out of the arena, this would be way easier to call. And some would say we did have a real fight, but I don't know. I don't think so. Sawblaze made a mistake. Well, Sawblaze made a mistake and Endgame capitalized on it. You could say that we did get the real fight, and so this should be easy to call. No, it's not. I believe that Sawblaze and Whiplash are going to be the last two standing. Endgame is an incredible bot. They're having an insane run. Some of that is luck, some of it is you're an amazing bot and you have an amazing crew and you have an amazing driver. I think that luck is gonna run out. But again, if it doesn't, I can totally see that happening. I see a world where that happens. I think that we're going to get a real Endgame versus Sawblaze. I think it's going to be an intense match. And I think that Sawblaze is going to come out on top. Okay, championship winner. Who's going to win the nut this year? Come on. Girl. Can we move this over? Okay. Who's gonna win the nut this year? Whiplash. Whiplash is gonna win the nut this year. I can feel it in my bones. I think this is our year, Whiplash fans. Whiplash is looking great. First of all, incredibly durable bot. Again, Maddie Vasquez is like top 5 drivers in the sport right now. In my opinion, top 5 drivers, you have to put Maddie Vasquez in, and Jameson Go. But yeah, I think Whiplash is gonna win this year. Let's see what happens. That is my bracket. I would love to see your bracket. Yeah, tell me where we differ. You can tell me if you think I am a fool for my choices. That's okay if you think that. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, subscribe. If you made it this far, if you want to see more of me. Yeah, okay, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.